Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome into the video. So in this one, we're going to be going over some important market technicals and what to expect next for stocks, and also go over a bunch of trade ideas and setups for the week ahead. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get on into it, and as a reminder, there are always timestamps in the description below. So starting out, let's take a look at a simple visual of the S&P 500 futures chart. For 4 weeks now, the S&P built out this range between 4370 support and 4493 to 4500 resistance, and it broke out of the range last Wednesday morning after the CPI data release. It successfully backtested that as new support later in the day, and then rallied up to 4560 on Friday before pulling back to close the week from there. So to keep things simple moving forward, this is a clean breakout until proven otherwise, and the market will move higher until a key support is broken and held back below. That right now would be the 4493 to 4500 breakout zone, which now becomes key support to hold. Breaking below there would trigger a false breakout and set up a larger pullback most likely, though I would not try to predict something like that. I would only react if it happens. So the biggest technical bear case right now for the market is the bearish RSI divergence that has formed on the S&P daily chart. This looks most similar to what happened in late 2021 as shown by those arrows, where it led to a sizable pullback and not long after that led to a market top. Once again though, this is just one signal of many, and the trend will be bullish until a key support is broken. Price action is always most important for the trend. Some other bearish signals include the fear and greed index sitting in extreme greed territory, which it has been for the past month. Also, the put to call ratio is also sitting at lowest levels since late 2021. This shows that there is an extreme amount of bullish positioning, which can indicate a possible reversal on the way. But once again, there have been these bearish indicators under the surface for a few months now, and until price action backs that up, there is no reason to be bearish on the market until proven otherwise. So now taking a look at some trade ideas and setups, the Russell 2000 ticker IWM has been the index I've been most bullish on ever since it broke out of the 180 to 180.5 resistance zone out of that 3-month consolidation range. Since then, it backtested that zone as new support successfully twice, and this past week it broke out above this 1.5 year long trend line. This setup looks great for continued upside from here, and the main things that I'd be watching for is either some more basing before pushing higher, or to see a pullback to backtest the trend line as new support before making that push to that new swing high. In the most recent video I posted, I talked about Riot stock, ticker RIOT, as one of the top setups that I was watching for a breakout once it got a clean breakout above that trendline resistance. This played out perfectly and hit my targets last week, where I took profits on my remaining swing position on Thursday for about a 50% plus upside move in less than 2 weeks. I also posted the setup on Twitter with InMode stock, ticker INMD, on Monday, where it was breaking out of its 1 year long plus base. This followed through perfectly into the end of the week, up about 17% from that breakout, and I'm personally still in this position full and think there's a good chance this does go higher due to the massive energy it had built up from that long-term base. But for those looking to enter, it would be smart to either wait for a flag or a pullback first for a lower risk entry point. So now let's take a look at the top setups and trade ideas that I'm looking at for next week. First is Roblox, ticker RBLX, as it's nearing the apex of this long-term wedge pattern. The trendline resistance of this pattern is well defined and has rejected a bunch of different times already. I'm watching for a break above that trendline at about $45 per share for a breakout play that will likely result in a substantial upside move if it does play out. The initial targets that I'd be watching for above are at 47.7, 50, and then 52.8. Also, last week I posted a newsletter on how to trade trendline breakouts like this one. If you have not subscribed to that, make sure to do so. It is 100% free, and the link is in the top of the description. The next setup that I'm watching closely in the week ahead is EOS Energy, ticker EOSE. I talked about this stock about a month ago on here as a breakout play on a break above 3.3, the white line on the chart. After breaking above there, this stock had a 70% move higher and has now pulled back substantially and nearing a back test of that zone. I'm watching this as a possible breakout retest bounce setup with a zone of major interest at 3 to 3.3. I'd be looking for a scenario like this to play out where it retests the zone, gets a strong reaction from buyers there, and then makes that move back up higher. Twilio stock, ticker TWLO, is another close watch into next week. A few weeks ago I talked about this one and was watching for a scenario like this to set up where it undercuts the consolidation range before reclaiming and rallying higher. It did something similar to that, with the undercut and reclaim of that zone. It is now testing the top of the range on the upside at 69.9. It needs a break and hold above there to start the breakout and leg higher, where if so, I would be targeting 78.3 to 80, 87.6, and then 94.4 as the next targets above. Now to the mega caps. My closest watch this week is Google, ticker symbol GOOG. This has been going sideways to slightly down for 8 weeks now, and broke out of its downtrend on Thursday. The volume profile is also exactly what you want to see, with declining volume during the pullback and then a tick back up during last week's pop. If the broad market, and more specifically the Nasdaq, can stay strong, which still is a question, but this has a good chance to lead higher with the next big upside target above at the 133.73 gap fill, and I'd be watching the 123.2 to 124.8 zone to hold as new support from here if so. So that is everything that I'm watching for in the week ahead. Right now the market is bullish until proven otherwise, which would be a fail back below that last week's breakout zone at 4493 to 4500 on the S&P, so that would be the biggest spot that I'm watching for in the week ahead, and as long as above there, the market is bullish. And thank you for watching, guys. For anybody interested in joining a private Discord group with my personal trade alerts, nightly watch lists, and I answer any questions you have in there, that is down below in the description. I will catch you all next time. Good luck trading this week, and peace out.